you can choose region first and then auto-link country. Language, you can choose the vendors using language or use the default language. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, control. VATREGNO, fill in the taxpayer identification code if have. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, payment transaction to fill in the vendor's bank information. Country, vendor's country. Bank key, choose the information in the list or create by AP accountant by bank data. Bank account, vendor's bank account for 18 characters. Reference, if the bank account exceeds 18 characters, fill in the rest account in the reference. Account holder, vendor's company name. Bank type, according to vendor's payment method to number it, then click here to move next. Create vendor, accounting information accounting. Reconcile account, default 2202100000 for external account payable. Cash management group, choose in the menu. Sort key, default 000. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, payment transactions accounting. Payment term, choose from the menu, such as payable immediately. Payment methods, choose from the menu, such as bank transfer. This field can link to bank information's bank type. Check double invoice, ticket. Now we can press save to finish creating a vendor and there is a vendor number produced.
So after the video, we will try to have an example to create in the SAP. So we try to run, we try this scenario one together in the SAP. So same as the video, we have two ways to get in the account payables vendor creation. We can either choose the function in the menu bar, should be accounting, finance accounting, AP accounts payable, and then should be this one. This one, master records, FK01. We can try double click this function, or we can try type FK01 in the menu bar, or I can suggest you to right click and add this to the favorites so that every time you can directly select those functions on the top of your menu. So we will go inside this function. Moving to this function, we can see several fields. The first field is vendor. We can just leave it blank because the vendor code will be generated after we create the vendor code. And then the second field is our company code. Today we will test everything on this SO93. And then the third one is the account group. We can click this button, the search button, to open the list inside SAP. Then we can take a look what we have. We have external vendor, we have internal vendor, and we have the employee as well. So today we will try to go through these two, external vendor and employee. And then what is this reference means? This reference is the vendor account that you want to use to copy as a reference to create your vendor. So they will use the exist value to create your vendor code. But this time I will try to create my own. And then after I finish, click this one, I will press enter or click this button. And moving inside this function, we can see that the first of all is the title. if we choose the list, you can see company, Mr. and Mrs. So the first one, I will try to choose company. And then if we go back to the example, it should be the vendor name is called CPA Express Limited. So I will copy. Please. And then this field is a mandatory field. It means required. If we missing this information, we will get an error when we create this vendor code. Also, the search item, I will just put CPA as to easier for us to search back this vendor code when we prepare any journal. Also, street. This is optional field, but we can provide the address as well. Also, code is also optional, but this country, we take a look of this country. Country is mandatory, which is required. If we missing this one, it will return error. So I will just try to create same as this DB. I try to create it in NY, Malaysia. And then this one is information only, optional, and language, you can use the default setting. After filling this field, we can click enter or click this button. Then we will move into the next page. The next page is the control tab. We can fill in the VAT registration number. If your vendor need to prepare those VAT code to use. If not, you can just leave it blank and then click this one next screen again. Moving to the third tab, which is the bank information, we can put down the bank details inside this page. We can try to select this bank key and then take a look what is the bank we have inside the system. Maybe here we don't have the bank that we want to use. So we need to go inside another function. That function maybe will controlled by the administrator later on. Not all the user can access that function. That function is called FI01, is to create the bank information. We can try to use this function if you join the section of few days ago for Sicily, we can open more tab, open more window for SAP. So if you open one more window, we can try to type that function FI01. This is to create the bank detail of those bank. So I will try to prepare one bank code that I want to use. Maybe called HSBC, HK001. And then we will create a bank code for bank name as well. Maybe the Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank Cooperation Ltd Limited. So we can also put down the SWIFT code. And it should be HKT. And then after we fill in this information, we can try to save this setup. So you can see that we have a message. The bank code is created. So we can close this screen. So take a look at the bank code here again. And then we have the code that are just created inside the FI01 for bank details. So I can select this bank as this vendor bank code. Then we can type the bank amount, bank account. This bank account have a limitation is maximum that 18 characters. And then we also need to have the account holder. This also be a mandatory field. So we may also need to put down the bank type, preference, etc. But those are the optional field. So we can just directly click the next screen to save this setup inside the vendor. And moving on, we will go to the reconciliation account field. If you remember, the video have shown us that we should put the default account payables account in this vendor. It should be 22020100 is the account payable. And also we should default the sort key as 000. And we need to put down a cash management group for this vendor. It should be a domestic or foreign payment. I just put domestic in here. So after put down these three fields, we can click next screen again. Moving to the next screen, we need to give payment terms for this vendor. We can open this payment term list by this button. So we can see that inside the SAP, now we have this kind of payment terms. Pay by immediately, by invoice day, 7 days, 40 days, 90 days, etc. So I will just choose this one to 2000 paid immediately. And then we need to tick this box, check the fact for the double invoice or credit memos. And also we need to provide a payment methods for this vendor. Also, we can open this list. We can see that we have the check, cash payment, or bank transfer for let us to choose. We select more than one or select all. I will select check and bank transfer TT and then click OK. Then we can see that it is a setup of payment methods inside the vendor list here. After that, we can click the next screen again. Moving to the last screen is no need to put down any donning data here. So after finish all this screen, we can try to click this save button. And you can see that in the left lower corner, it said that the vendor code has created in the SO93. So I have successfully created the vendor code inside the Malaysia testing DB. So I may give you like 5 minutes. So please try to follow the video and follow what I have just shown you to create the vendor code in your testing view. If you have any problem, just let us know. So I hope everyone can create those code inside the SAP. So I will continue moving onwards. The next one I will want to introduce is the FK02, which is very similar with the FK01. First of all, if you remember the key that Cecilia have mentioned a few days ago, we can type /n to go back to the menu. And then we can try to use this function fk02. Then they will automatically recall the last code that you have created or the last code that you have choose inside the screen. Then you can select which page you want to modify or you want to access. Maybe I just take payment transaction. I take free tab. Then I press enter or click this button. Then I will recall the render data that I have just created. And then if I want to modify any details, maybe CPA expect limited 1. And then I tap the next screen as well. So maybe I put down the bank type here as well. Then I can save my changes of this one. Then inside, you can take a look the left lower corner, also said that the change has been made. So FK02 is for you to modify, to change the data of this vendor. And also, we will have the FK03. What if this FK03 mainly used? If you remember, I have mentioned that for the external vendor and the employee codes will be created by the FK01. But for those internal vendor, they are created by headquarter, so you cannot create or modify those code, but you can check what is inside those code. So we can take a look of the FK03. Before that, I want to show you what is the internal vendor first. In here, we can choose the internal vendor KL02, and then we can try to search. And then we can try to search all. We can take a look. Those some of them are the testing internal vendor that have created, and some of them should have the code starting with like this kind of code ISP, SQISK. Those are the internal code, the internal vendor code that have been created here. So I can go to the FK03, FK03, or click this display, enter. And then I can display the code that I just create. I cannot change anything. I can just review, or I can go back and then I try to type IS, and then it will list out all the internal vendor. Maybe I pick one of the example and then click enter. Then I can take a look of the setup of those internal vendors. For the internal vendors, they should have one more information is the ICP code. So you need to take a look of those ICP code. Are they set up correctly inside the SAP? Moving onwards. Not yet, not for the vendor uploads. We will try to create the employee code as well inside the system. Function is the same. we will try to use the FK01 again for create the employee. So we can type FK01 and then enter. And then this time we are not using the KL01. We will try to use another account group. That is the KL03. And then also we press enter. Oh, for those employee code is a little bit different. We are not generate the employee code inside this vendor. We will need to type the vendor code in the vendor field. Maybe take for example, I will type E001 and then my start ID and then click enter. Then I can move inside the create vendor screen. Then this time we will not choosing the company. Maybe I take for example, I choose myself, Mr. KK Chen, and then the search term is KK, Hong Kong, and then country, Hong Kong as well. So after we fill in the mandatory field, we can move into the next page. Also, if we have the VAT registration number, we can put that down. If not, we can skip this screen. Also, we can put down the bank key, same as the vendor that we have created. If not, you can leave it blank actually. So I just put a dummy bank code here. Okay, after we fill in the bank detail, we will try to also need to fill in the reconciliation account. We choose the account for other receivable employee. We can try to click this search button. And then we can see a lot of account code here. Please try to search the other receivable employee account here. And we will also need to put down the cash management group, also domestic, 000, as the default value. And then we go to the next screen. And then we can also put down the payment time. 2000 means pay immediately. And then also the payment method. We can just select one. And then go to the next page. So we need to check the double invoice field. Yeah, this is a good example that if some field which is mandatory, but if you just leave it blank, the system will not allow you to go further. It will block you to go to the next screen. So after I give the information back, I can go to the next screen. For the donor information, you no need to put down anything. So after finish the creation of, after finish to fill the employee information, we can try to click this save button. And then we can take a look of the left lower corner again. It said that the vendor, this employee code was created in the SO93. So this is an example of create an employee. You should take a look the video first. I will skip the internal vendors video. We will jump to the employee video.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce the Create Vendor Master Records employee. First, we use the T-code FK01 to create. There are two methods to get into FK01. The one is found in the SAP menu, the path is Accounting, Accounts Payable, Master Records, FK01 Create, and double-click to get in. The other one is to enter FK01 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Enter into FK01 initial screen. Vendor. Internal vendor's naming rule is letter E plus employee ID, such as E10011001. Company code and accounting group can choose from the magnifying glass, and KL03 is for the employee. Then press Enter to move next step, create vendor, address. Same as the external vendor. Title, you can choose from the drop-down, like MR. Name, employee name. Search term 1/2, employee ID. Street number, fill in the actual address. Country and region, you can choose related country and region. Language, you can choose the vendors using language or use the default language. Then click here to move next, create vendor, control. No need fill in this page. Then click here to move next, create vendor, payment transaction to fill in the employee's bank information, which same as the external vendor. Then click here to move next, create vendor, accounting information accounting. Reconcile account, default 224-118-0000 for other AP employee. Cash management group, choose in the menu. Sort key, default 000. Then click here to move next, create vendor, payment transactions accounting. Payment term, choose from the menu, such as payable immediately. Check double invoice, ticket. Payment methods, choose from the menu, such as bank transfer. Now we can press save to finish creating a vendor, and there is a vendor number produced.
Sorry, can you hear?
Yes, but not from video.
Not on video. 哦，
之前有嘅，啱啱你有個 notification 出嚟之後就冇咗啦。
maybe try again.
我諗係1分鐘左右啫。
Okay.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce the Create Vendor Master Records employee. First, we use the T-code FK01 to create. There are two methods to get into FK01. The one is found in the SAP menu, the path is Accounting, Accounts Payable, Master Records, FK01 Create, and double-click to get in. The other one is to enter FK01 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Enter into FK01 initial screen. Vendor. Internal vendor's naming rule is letter E plus employee ID, such as E10011001. Company code and accounting group can choose from the magnifying glass, and KL03 is for the employee. Then press enter to move next step, create vendor address. Same as the external vendor. Title, you can choose from the drop-down, like MR. Name, employee name. Search term 1/2, employee ID. Street number, fill in the actual address. Country and region, you can choose related country and region. Language, you can choose the vendors using language or use the default language. Then click here to move next, create vendor, control. No need fill in this page. Then click here to move next, create vendor, payment transaction to fill in the employee's bank information, which same as the external vendor. Then click here to move next, create vendor, accounting information accounting. Reconcile account, default 224-118-0000 for other AP employee. Cash management group, choose in the menu. Sort key, default 000. Then click here to move next, create vendor, payment transactions accounting. Payment term, choose from the menu, such as payable immediately. Check double invoice, ticket. Payment methods, choose from the menu, such as bank transfer. Now we can press save to finish creating a vendor, and there is a vendor number produced.
Okay. Okay, after we saw the video, we found that the account code that I have just created is not correct for this employee code. So this is a good example. How can we modify the account code for this employee code? So if you remember what I have just shared, the function code, it should be FK02 to change the employee data. And then we will record the employee code that I just create, and then go to the page that I want to modify, and then press enter. Then the account code should be 224-118-0000 for AP employee. Then after I modify the account code, I can click the save button. It said that successfully changed. So that is an example that I have created a external vendor code, and an example for the employee code. So also I will let you to create on your own. Please try it, and I will return it after 5 minutes. Please let us know if you have any problem or questions on the group, or you can just directly let me know.
Excuse me, could you replay the video again? Then we
Oh.
can.
Which one? For the external vendor or for the employee?
Yeah, so we can follow the video and try by ourselves.
Sure, but please remind that those videos actually you can access in the share drive as well. So don't worry, you can access
Okay.
those video on your computer.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Accounts Payable course. Today, we'll learn how to create an external vendor master. Before paying any vendor, we need to create the vendor with related information in the SAP. And now I will describe to you the steps to creating a new vendor and show you in the SAP. We create the vendor master data by using T-code FK01. There are two methods to get into FK01. The one is found in the SAP menu. The path is Accounting, Accounts Payable, Master Records, FK01 Create, and double-click to get in. The other one is to enter FK01 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. For external vendor creation, the vendor field is not required. Company code and account group can search from the magnifying glass menu. You can choose the related company code to create. For the account group, KL01 is for the external vendor. And then press Enter to move to the next page. On this page, we need to fill in the vendor's basic information such as the name, address, and so on. Title, you can choose from the drop-down list, like company, Mr. Name, vendor's name within 40 characters. If the name were over 40 characters, please fill in the second line. Search term 1/2, vendor's short name for quick search. Street number, fill in the actual address. Country and region, you can choose region first and then auto-link country. Language, you can choose the vendors using language or use the default language. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, control. VATREGNO, fill in the taxpayer identification code if have. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, payment transaction to fill in the vendor's bank information. Country, vendor's country. Bank key, choose the information in the list or create by AP accountant by bank data. Bank account, vendor's bank account for 18 characters. Reference, if the bank account exceeds 18 characters, fill in the rest account in the reference. Account holder, vendor's company name. Bank type, according to vendor's payment method to number it, then click here to move next. Create vendor, accounting information accounting. Reconcile account, default 2202100000 for external account payable. Cash management group, choose in the menu. Sort key, default 000. Then click here to move next. Create vendor, payment transactions accounting. Payment term, choose from the menu, such as payable immediately. Payment methods, choose from the menu, such as bank transfer. This field can link to bank information's bank type. Check double invoice, ticket. Now we can press save to finish creating a vendor and there is a vendor number produced.
I suppose everyone can follow or create a code inside the SAP. If not, just let us know any problem that you have. So I will move into the next function that we need to introduce. So this function is the vendor summary report because we have created a lot of vendor code, a lot of employee code inside the SAP. So we can try to run a report, run a function to check all this code is it created correctly. The function is ZMM091. And then if after we go here, we have a selection list. We can choose the vendor code that we have or the creator. Who is the creator that create the code? If you not put any filter selection here, you will extract a lot of result when you extract the vendor summary report. If you put more filter, then you will get less result. Maybe here I will just show you example. I want to check the external vendor, and then I just click this one, execute, to see all the list inside the SAP now. Then you can see that there is a plenty, a lot of vendor code is created inside the list. So I can go back to the screen, and then I just want to check the vendor code that created by me. So I'm FI003. So I will try to run the report again. So this is the vendor code that I have just created inside the system. So I just created today, November 16, I created a CPA Express Limited. And then here is the information of this vendor code. For employee also, we can change it to KL0P. And then I try to execute the report again. Then here we have free employee code. Take a look of the date. The date is important. I have created the code here for the employee code is by today. So you may think that is it any way to use the Excel to upload all this vendor code? Because if you create it one by one, it will be very time consuming. Actually, we did have the function to upload the vendor data by Excel templates. The function is ZMM021. Yeah, sorry, we have the video. Just directly move to the last video. Okay.
Directly enter ZMM 021, then click Enter. Step 1. Download the template. Step 2. Fill in required information in template. For details, see the user manual. Step 3. Select File to upload the template. Step 4. Select lines that the data status is checked green and click to execute data import. Step 5. Vendor records are created as below. 4 lines with data status in red. You need to check errors message. Correct the wrong data, then upload it again. Asterisk tips, create an internal customer at the same time.
Okay. So here we access the function ZMM021, and then we can try to click this button, template download. I will just download it in the desktop or upload. Allow the permission to open in my PC. So it will be in here. So after download the file, you can see that they request a lot of column, a lot of information you need to fill in. Those maybe their Chinese is in red button, is in red red wording is mean mandatory. You must have this information, otherwise you cannot upload successfully, such as the company code, supplier group, name, search name, country, language, etc. So I will not fill in one by one because this is time consuming. I will open a example that I have created already. Just like this, the yellow highlighted, they are mandatory and must have the data. I will try to share this file after this section, uploaded to the shared drive later on. And also I will open one more example. This is the example that exact group they uploaded the internal vendors to the system. So I just follow them to fill in all the column that we need for this vendor upload time. So for you, you can just try to follow my one. I will share this file later on. Just fill in the company code and then what is the group. KL01 means external vendor and then company name, search name, and then street, country, language. This one no need ICP, and then and the account code 2202010000. And then because this is for Excel, we can try to use the copy and paste to do the mass upload, batch upload. Maybe I change a little bit. Taking the two, taking the three, etc. I will try to change the more vendor code in here, and then we save the file, close it, and then we will go to the function again. And then in here, we can try to search the file that we have just finished. This one, test. And then we try to import. And then click this execute button. So here, you need to first of all take a look at the status. If you remember, the video has said that if the status, if the logo is not green, it may be yellow or red, means there is some error from your data, from your information. Then you need to go back to the Excel file to modify them until it is valid to upload to the SAP. So this is just an example I have created. And then after I upload them, and then I need to take a look. We should generate the vendor code. Ignore. Import. I need to click this button, import. You select the record, okay. And then click import. Okay. After that, you can see that those data I just upload to SAP generated vendor number 6002207. So if you still remember, we can go to the vendor summary report. And it you okay, 091. And I take a look of the code that I have created and then click execute. You can see that there have two more vendor code in the list. They are created by the upload template and uploaded to SAP. So this function I will let you to test it later on. So I will continue for my sharing. The next function I would want to introduce is also a very important function that we need to use inside this section. It's called the part or edit invoice, FV60. So we play the video first. And oh, for the change also, I have two more video need to play. Again, oh,
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce the Change Vendor Master Records. Two methods to get into FK02. The one is found in the SAP menu. The path is Accounting, Accounts Payable, Master Records, FK02 Change, and double-click to get in. The other one is to enter FK02 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Enter into FK02, initial screen, vendor and company can search from the magnifying glass. We can use the short name for a quick search. After finding the vendor, tick the data which you need to change, such as address, control, and payment transaction. Press Enter to move to the next page to find the information you want to change. And after changing the information, press the icon to save the change.
one more.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce Vendor Summary Report Display. You can use T-code ZMM091 to display the vendor list with different selection criteria. First, enter ZMM091 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Set certain selection criteria to run the report you want. For example, you can choose company code data to display all the vendor of this company. You can fill in the creator ID to display the vendor by creator.
So just for more information, so the function that I want to now to introduce is the card stamp invoice FV60. So please take a look of this video.
There are two methods to get into FV60. The one is found in the SAP menu. The other one is to enter FV60 and press Enter. Vendor number. Invoice date. Reference, invoice number. Amount. Calculate tax. Text. GL account. Amount. Tax code. Cost center. Department. Business segment. Click Save, then the parked document is used.
Okay, maybe the video is quite fast, so I will try the example with you together once again slowly. We go to SAP. So the function, if you remember, is FV60. This one. So I would suggest you to add this to playback as well. So every time when you need to prepare the AP invoice, you can directly go to this function or type FV60 on the menu bar. Then we will turn to this screen to fill in the vendor the invoice information. First of all, the first field is the vendor. We just need to fill in the vendor code that we have just created inside the FK01. We can click this search button and we can use the search name or by different aspects. It's also okay, country, city, or by the code. But I have put down CBA in the quick search for my vendor code. So I will type CBA and press enter. Then we can have two results. I will use the result I've just created in this training, CBA Express Limited 1. I double click it, and then it will automatically have the vendor code number. And then the second, we need to select the invoice date. We can open this button and see that Canada. I will select today as the invoice date. And then we need to put down the invoice reference, invoice number. Maybe INV 2001. And then the amount is, just make it simpler, 1000. And then I may put down operation fee for 1116. And then we can move to the lower part. We can select the account code for the expenses that we want to put down. We can try to take a look what is the account code here. There's plenty. So I may make it less result. We can use the 641. So we will directly jump to the expenses account here, that for the double entry. So I will choose the first one, maybe this one, delivery cost. And then the amount will be debit 700. I want to break it for 2 expenses. And then we need to fill in the call center. What call center do we have? They have a lot as well. I will just pick the first one, Malaysia, here as our call center. And then we need to fulfill the L4 business segment, the revenue code. We can choose the IEE exports as our L4 code. Then we have finished one line. So the double entry is still not balanced. We need to balance the double entry. We can also directly type the account code in here. The next one, maybe I select another code. Then it should be 300. Same call center. Also this revenue code, this is segment. And after we fulfilled all this information, we can click save button to save our double entry. If the information is correct, you can see that here have a message, document a number 47 was passed. That is we have prepared the double entry, the journal, but we still not yet post to the SAP. We have passed the journal, so we have prepared the journal. So the next step is we need to move to another function. FPV0. And remember we have a video. Let's play the video.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce post parked document. After parking the document, we need to post the document. We use FBV0 to post the document. There are 2 methods to get into FBV0. The one is found in the SAP menu. The path is accounting, financial accounting, document entry, parked document, FBV0 post/delete, and double-click to get in. The other one is to enter FBV0 in the top command field directly and press enter to get in. It should be noted that according to the duty division, document parking and posting should be processed by different users. Get into the initial screen. Choose the right company code. Document number, fill in the parked document number. Fiscal year, fill in the current year. Press enter to find this parked document. Checking and clicking icon post. If there is a yellow warning message, just press enter, it's only a reminder. If there is a red warning, please double check if it is something wrong.
Okay, so the video said that for the people should park and post should be two different persons. But in our setting right now, we can park and post within one user ID. So I will post the document that I will park in. The function is FBV0, this one. So we can make it as a favorite, or we can type here FBV0, and then it will recall my latest document number, okay, inside this screen. If let's say I forgot the document number, maybe I packed this invoice before, we can try to search it by clicking this document list, search it by who prepared the document. I can find back this document number. So I press enter. So this double entry, 1,000 credit the CPA limited, debit the outsourcing cost, outsourcing expense, 2 lines. Here is for the journal. Then I can click this button, post. So you can see that same as the video, it said that we have a yellow warning, yellow message, said that this code should have a test code, but because this is a warning message, we can click enter to directly override it. And then it tells you again, this one also needs a test code. I just click enter. And then it said that the creator and the reviewer should not be the same person, but I can click enter to override it again. And then finally, we will got the message. This document was posted in the company, in the BU SO93. So this journal is finally posted to our ledger. So this is the function called FB resim. So this is the time you try to practice and prepare and create your journals by FV60 and FBV0. I will give you 10 minutes to try to prepare this journal in your testing BU. If you have any problem, question, just let us know. I suppose everyone can create those journal in FV60 and FVV0 to post your journal. So I will moving forward to the next function. So see, we have the, no, this one we don't have the video, but this one have actually mentioned that 2 days before by Sicily, we can check back, we can view again what we have posted to the system. So the function will be fb0v. We go to the SAP, and then we type fb0v, and then press enter. So we can review the document that we just prepared. So this is the double entry, 3 lines in this journal that I have prepared for the expenses, AP invoices. So this is for checking, and then we will move to another function, which is we have prepared the AP invoice already. Now we will try to prepare the payment voucher, payment voucher to match with our AP invoices. So the function is called f-04. Oh, okay. Maybe the permission we will discuss with the Shunfeng team later on to allow you to use the bank detail later. Maybe you can try to choose the bank existing in the SAP first. The function that for payment is f-04. We should take a look at the video first for the vendor pay and clearing.
There are two methods to get into F04. The one is found in the SAP menu. The other one is to enter F04 and press enter. Document date. Document type. Reference. Document header text. Outgoing payment. Posting key. Account. Press enter. Amount. Click more date. Reason code. Press process open item. Account vendor. Account type. Press process open item. Double-click the amount to select open items to be cleared. Make sure the not assigned about is 0. Click the icon to save.
Okay, maybe the video is quite fast for the vendor payment. I will show an example again more clearly. So the function will be f-04, then we can press enter. Moving to this function, same, we need to provide the document date first. We can select the icon and choose the date. Here we can select the type that this is not a journal voucher. It should be a payment voucher. So we should choose the vendor payment. And then we need to provide the reference. It should be maybe reference of 2001 P payment. And then we will set that this is payment clearing, and then also payment clearing for the test. Remember that we should choose, it should be the outgoing payment. And then if you remember here, we have a posting key. We will type the number to define this is a debit or credit, or which they are different type like for prepayment, like for employee, they will choose different kind of posting key. So here we should take a look what posting key that we can try to use. So the first line, we can try to select 50 for credit. We will credit and then select the bank account. We can search 1 star, and then it should be this one. This code is the bank account that I can use. So I will just choose this one. And then after select the bank account, I can press enter or I can click this logo. It will move into the next screen for the amount. So I will try to type I pay 1,000 here. And then please take a look. We have this more button. First of all, we should type the description first. Payment to CBA Limited, for example. And then we need to choose this more button because for those cash and bank account, we need to provide the L6 movement code, which is the cash flow code. You can see that this is all the cash flow code that we can use inside the system. So I will just pick one of the cash flow code for just an example. Cash flow out is one. And then click enter. And then for SAP, we need to provide the reason code as well. We need to select the reason code for this bank transaction. So I will just, for example, choose the first one. Otherwise, if you're missing this reason code, system will not let you to go further to post your double entry. So we have prepared the bank transaction. Then we need to click this one, process open items. So we will move to this screen. So this screen is quite tricky. If you just select the account, for example, I have a vendor code, but I cannot select and search here because we need to select the account type first. We need to select the vendor account. It should be K, account type K means vendors. Then, and we go back to the account code. We can select the vendor account here. CBA, then I will choose the second one that I have prepared AP invoices. And then press enter. Then the system will open the screen. This is a screen that what is the open item? The outstanding invoice is inside this vendor because I have prepared an AP invoice 1,000. So in the screen here it shows 1,000. And then we take a look of the right low corner here. You can see that the amount entered is 1,000. The amount assigned is 1,000, and the net not assigned is 0. Please be remember that this not assigned must be 0. Means your matching, your queuing item must be balanced. Otherwise, this page will don't let you go further. So because I try to pay 1,000 and then the AP invoice is 1,000 here, and then this is match, I can click the save button. And after click the save button, you can see that at the left low corner, it will set that the document 590003 was posted. A payment voucher is posted and matched with your AP invoice. So here I will introduce another function. See if we have Yeah, we have the video. So I will go through this function as first, then I will give you time to prepare your payment voucher. Let's take a look at the video.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today, we will introduce vendor line items display. Before we make payment clearing, we can display the vendor line items by T-code FBL1N. The path is accounting financial accounting accounts payable account FBL1N display/change line items. Double-click it to enter into FBL1N. Or you can enter FBL1N in the top command field directly and press enter to get in. In this page, you can select the vendor you want to display. Line selection frame choose open items, key date May current day. The type choose normal items and special GL transactions. These selections can show you the vendor's open items. This items should be the document which we post just now. And we can also check the vendor's cleared items and all items.
So before this function, I will try to prepare one more AP invoice to let you take a look at the differences. I will do it now. So we have remember is to be FV60, and then we will choose the vendor code again. So choose the second vendor today. And then it should be invoice 2002. And then this time maybe I use another USD 500. It's also operation fee then. So we just pick one account. 6002. Is this one? Then here, I didn't mention. I will mention it again. We have default the payment terms. So the due date has automatically generated for today as the due date. So inside the AP invoice, we can actually change. We can override and select the due date again. For example, I select 50 days. Then I click enter again. So the due date will be automatically updated. Now it will be the December as our due date of these AP invoices. So please take a look. We can set the due date here. And this due date will affect our aging report as well. So I have prepared 2 lines and then I try to save my AP invoices. So you can see that new AP invoices is parked and still not posted. So I will go to post my AP invoices. The function will be FBV0, and then enter, and then post, and then it has a warning message, and then I try to override. Oops, this account code can be used. Okay, then I choose another account code first. 640101030 0 again. Post. Yes. I click enter to override. I understand. I'm missing the fourth sentence. And then we need to provide the L4 code as well. Try again. Enter. Yeah, now it's okay. The creator and the reviewer cannot be the same person. I override it. And then finally, I have post and other AP invoices in the SAP. So now we will go back to the function for checking the payment period. So the function the video have said that it should be FB L1N, and then we press enter. And then we take a look of the vendor code that I have just created in this training. It should be CBA. And then the second code. And then I try to extract this account to see what is the data inside. I selected the open items. Means what is the open item? Means the outstanding invoice inside this vendor. So you can see that this is 2183.13 MYR. This is a 500 USD times the exchange rate, and get these invoices. So we can try to change. So what is the clear items? Then we take a look again. Then you can see that the clear item is we have 1,000 AP invoices posted to the system, this document number, and then we have the payment clearing 1,000 MYR as well to clear these AP invoices. They are matched already. How about if we try to generate all the item and then click extract and execute? You can see that now inside this vendor code, we have AP invoices 48 is still outstanding, and then still open items. And then the before AP invoice, the 47 is paid already, and then which is matched inside the system. So now I have two AP invoices for this vendor. So this is your time now. So please try to prepare the AP invoices, and you have prepared, I suppose you have prepared the AP invoices already. So this is a time that you try to generate the payment voucher to pay your AP invoices. Try to match your AP invoices with your payment, and try to run this vendor line display to see that you have successfully post your AP invoices and successfully post your payment voucher. I will give you 10 minutes to do that, then I will continue and go to the next topic. So hello, I suppose everyone can try to generate to prepare your payment voucher in the SAP. If no, if you have encountered any error or questions, just leave it in the chat box or send us email later on. I will continue to the next function. So we have prepared the AP invoice, the payment voucher. How about if we find that this payment voucher that we have prepared is incorrect, and then we need to reverse it? What is the function? So I will introduce the next function. Let's take a look at the video first.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce Reset Cleared Items. After clearing the document by F04, if you want to reverse it, you can use T-code FBRA. In the SAP menu, the path is Accounting, Financial Accounting, General Ledger Document FBRA, Reset Cleared Items, and double-click to get in. Or enter FBRA in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Getting into FBRA, fill in the clearing document, need reversing, and press Save. Then choose Resetting and Reversing. Choose / fill in the reversal reason and posting date and period as needed. Click Save and the clearing document is reset and reversed.
So let's try to reverse to avoid the payment that I have just prepared. So the function would be FBRA, and then it will automatically find your latest payment inside this here. If you forget it, if you don't have the number, you can try to do the listing to search back your payment voucher. Then put down your payment voucher here, and then press enter. It's not a clear document. Also not clear document. Okay, that means I need to. This is an example that I need to check back the number. A1 and then here all the items. Okay, the number is this one, and then return FBRA, and then I will try to put back the payment voucher that I have prepared here, and then press enter. See? Yeah, need to press save. Okay. And then it will prompt a box here. It's asking you that what action you would need to do. We will try to reset the matching and reverse my payment voucher. And every time when we need to reverse the journal, we need to provide the reason. Then we will need to set that is it to reverse it in the current period. And then press OK. So that you can see that is it success or not? Why? It should it should set that the reverse is successful. Okay. This is the payment, but this is the invoice. I post so. No, no, are you void? Let me try to void again. See what is the problem here. Oh. B A essential system. Single 做 reset successful。之前試過佢。Hello, Renato. So, your question, I will try to answer you later on by Teams. Let me continue my function first. We are checking what is the error here, why I cannot void the payment. Maybe I will try to do the AP invoice and the payment again in whole process. I will try to do it fast. Please wait a minute. Yeah, please wait a minute. I'll try to prepare a payment again now. So yeah, this is an example that now I have two AP invoices here. So I want to pay the third AP invoices. The second one, I just want to leave it. Then how can I do? I can try to go to the amount and double click this amount. You can see that now before is the amount that I prepare for the AP invoices is the payment voucher is 1,000. Then now the outstanding AP invoices is 3183, two AP invoices here. If you remember that I have mentioned that before, those AP invoices and the payment voucher must be balanced for the not assigned, it should be zero. Otherwise, you cannot go further. So we can try to double click the first AP invoices to disable it, and then we will just try to match to do the clearing for the second AP invoices. You can see that in here, it's quite difficult to see that the the amounts that you double click is changed to the black color. The amount that you will try to do the matching is in blue color. It's quite hard to see that, but here it has some difference. So just confirm that here have zero amount is not assigned, and then we can save this payment. Then you can see that the payment is generated again. I have do the second payment already. Now I will try to go to the function for void payment, FBRA, and then try to call the payment that I have just prepared. And then I will try to reset and reverse this payment, provide the reason code, and then click OK. And then this time you can see that now the payment is reset successfully. And then it said that the payment that you have prepared is reset. Then take a look, let's take a look what is happening inside this vendor code. We will go to the FBL1N again, and then we will try to extract all the item, execute. And you can see that in here, you can see that here have AP invoices too, and then we have the AP invoice free again, 1,000. And then you can see that before we have the first AP invoices is paid by the payment voucher, the first payment voucher, and then we have the second one for the second payment voucher that have matched with the AP invoices. Now, because we have void the AP invoices and then the outstanding invoice is in here, we will have 1,000 AP invoices in the system again. Do you understand what I mean in here? So on your slide, please try to do this FBRA and then see if you got any problem. Just let me know. Hello, hello. Can you hear now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. So please try the FBRA for void your payment. The first one I have did something wrong, so I cannot void. I may be some value I have choose wrongly. So the second one I have choose again and then try to void that payment. Now it's success to void that payment. To reset the clearance. Yeah, I will give you 5 minutes to try on this function, then I will moving over to the next topic. Hello. So I will continue the next function. This FBRA for resetting the keyring. Is it okay? So I will move into the next topic for the prepayment of the invoice. So let's take a look at the video first.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce Park and Post Prepayment document. You can use T-code F65 to make the prepayment document. In the SAP menu, the path is Accounting, Financial Accounting, General Ledger Document Entry F65, General Document Parking, and double-click to get in. Or enter F65 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Then fill the information of the prepayment. Document date. Reference, invoice or document number. Document header text, description of the prepayment. Post key, 29. Choose the vendor which prepay to. Special GL fill in 5. Press Enter to move next page. Fill in the amount. Text, description of the line item. Post key, 50 for credit entry and choose the bank account. Press Enter to move next page. Fill in amount. Press More data. Reason code is required for bank account. Press Save and the document number is produced. And then post this document by FBV0.
Okay, so let's move to the next topic. The function is still the 1.65. So this time we will try to post the prepayment journal. We will follow the video F-65 and then we select the document date. Because this function should be introduced already, I will do it faster. Then we will try to put down the header, prepay. Then for this one, we will try to debit the vendor code. And then select the vendor, DBA. And then please in here, remember that put a 5 here for the SGL indicator. What is 5 means? In here for the prepayment setup, 5 is mean down payment others. We need to choose this indicator. And then press enter. Then type the amount. Also, we need to put down the test prepayment. Prepayment. And then we debit the vendor and then credit the bank. And then press enter. So remember that also the amount must be balanced 700. So please be remember that for the bank account, we need to choose the cash flow code. And then also click down the description, also prepayment. And then the double entry is like that. So we can go outside to take a look at the overview first. We have debit the vendor code and then credit the bank account for this prepayment. And then we can try to save, we can try to put this journal, this document. Then you can see that this is successfully passed. Next, we need to post this document as well, FB receivable. And then click enter. We will record this journal and then we can try to just type enter. Okay. And it's just a warning message that asking you to provide the test code. We will try to override. Oh, I'm missing the reason code. I have mentioned that before. You must provide the reason code, otherwise it will not allow you to go further. So I provide the reason code and then press enter. Then you can see that my prepayment journal is successfully created inside the ledger. So what is the use of this prepayment? We can try to do same like the payment voucher. We can try to clear the amount of our AP invoices after we have those AP invoices in the ledger. So we will try to go to the function f-04, which is also the clearing function. Oh, sorry, /n f-04, enter. And choose the same day. Then I will circle this as clearing prepayment. Clearing prepayment. Remember that we need to choose the outgoing payment. Then we can try to click this choose open item. Remember that in here, we need to change to the vendor code. Otherwise, we cannot select our account code here. It's quite tricky. We need to go to the third tab first, then we go back to the second tab. And then remember, in here, we need to include the special GL indicator. If you remember for the payment voucher, we no need to put down the 5 here. But for prepayment, we need to put down 5 here to select our prepayment journal and then press enter. So now we can see that inside the system, we have 3 transaction lines here. This is the second AP invoice. This is the third AP invoice. This is the prepayment journal that I have prepared in here. So we have the outstanding amount for this. So we will go to the third tab for the residue item value. We can double click it to ignore this AP, the second AP invoice. And then now it's still 300, it's still not assigned. What can we do? We can put down 300 in the residue item here and then press enter. Sorry, it should be 300 negative. It should be credit 300 is residue items still in this AP invoice because I want to clear with this prepayment journal. So in the right lower corner, you can see that now the not assigned is also 0. Remember that always must be 0, otherwise we cannot go through this function. After we confirm this is 0, then we can try to click the save menu. You can see that it will show you the double entry here, which is it's within the same account code. The original AP invoice 1,000 now is still left 300 inside the system. And then 700 prepayment will be clearing these AP invoices. Then we can try to click the save button again. Correct the mark line item. Oh, we need to provide the description, the text for this remaining value 300 for the AP invoice. So I will just type invoice 2003 residue value. Just a description. And then press save, pause. And then now you can see that this prepayment clearing has been successfully posted to the ledger. Let's take a look of the vendor. We go to the FBL1N to take a look the situation of this vendor. So I try to extract all item and then execute. Then this is the situation right now. You can see that the AP invoice, the second AP invoice is still outstanding. And then the third AP invoice now is remaining 300 inside the system. Those 700 is cleared by the prepayment already. So this is the situation of how to do the prepayment and prepayment clearing inside the system, inside the SAP. So, I have gone so too fast. Let's take a look at the video.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce Clear Prepayment Document F04. If the transaction has prepayment after invoice post, you need to clear prepayment by F04. Get into F04. Fill in header data. Document date. Type is KZ. Reference, invoice number. Doc header text. Clearing text, description for clearing document. Choose outgoing payment. And click Choose Open Items. Fill in the selection criteria. Account for vendor code. Account type is K for vendor. Please note it that the special GLIND is 5. And click Process Open Items. Partly clearing the payment, click the rest items. Double-click the amount to choose items need clearing. Double-click the residual items, and the residual amount will fill in the residual item. Make sure the not signed amount is 0. And press Save. There is a new open item generated, and the line item amount is the residual amount. Double-click the blue line to fill in the text. Click Save to post the clearing document.
So, okay, this is the example of how to prepare the prepayment document. So lastly, I will try to play the last video for the aging report display as well. So please take out the video.
Welcome to the SAP Accounts Payable training. Today we will introduce AP Aging Report Display. To display the AP Aging Report, we use T-code ZFDI31. In the SAP menu, the path is KL Add-on Accounting Financial Accounting Accounts Payable as ZFID31, AP Aging Report, and double-click to get in, or enter ZFID31 in the top command field directly and press Enter to get in. Enter into the ZFID31, fill in the company code and other query criteria to run the report. Press Execute and AP Aging Report displayed as below.
Yeah, let's try this function. So the function code will be ESET and ID31, and then click Enter. First of all, I will try not to put any selection filter here. I will try to run the execute directly. At least need to choose the database. Then I choose. And I click execute. Then you can see that this is all the vendor, all the invoice that have the aging detail, the balance, the overdue amount, the due date, overdue 31, 61, 91 in a screen. So how about I put some filter because here have a lot of information. I will just put the vendor that I have shown in this training. I will just show the CBA. I want to show the vendor that I have prepared. Then I'll try to execute. Then you can see that now have two lines is still inside SAP. The first line is MYR $300, 300 MYR. That is the prepayment journal that have already cleared, and then this is the remaining value of the AP invoices. And then the second is the 500 USD, and then times the exchange rate, and then we got 2183 as the second AP invoices. This is the AP invoice, which is still outstanding in our SAP ledger. You can see that the due date here, I have set that the second AP invoice is due on December. So you can see that this second AP invoice is still not yet overdue. It's not yet expired. And then the third AP invoices, which is today. So the overdue is already in today in this column. So it will base on your due date. If it is over 31, over 61, 91, it will go to that column. So this is the AP invoice that now they are designed inside the SAP. So for today, let's go back to the PowerPoint. We have go through the F-65 for prepayment, for generate the payment document packing. And then we have also go through the FBRA for reset the payment that we have do the clearing, do the matching of our AP invoices and the payment voucher. And then we have the FBL1N for showing that, for displaying that our vendor line item in detail, which one is outstanding, which one is match is cleared already inside the SAP. And then lastly, we also have the aging payable report to show the overdue amount in different column by 31, 61, 91, etc. So this is the function that I have covered today for creating the vendor, change vendor, display the vendor like internal vendor, and then do the AP invoices, pack our AP invoices, and then remember to post your AP invoices to the ledger. And then we can display what we have posted, and then also prepare our payment voucher, and then do the clearing. This one is for preparing the prepayment journal. This one F-04 is for us to do the clearing of our AP invoices. After clearing the AP invoices, maybe we found that have some problem, so we need to reverse our payment. Then we will use the FBRA. And then the second one is the FBL1N to display the detailed vendor line item to take a look of the situation of those vendor. Lastly is the agent report to show which transaction is overdue. So today my sharing is up to here. So if you have any question, just so to withholding tax report. You will leave it to Wales to help. So today my section is up to here. So for example, rendering was 1,000. We pay 900, and we have 100 to tax. Or we can generate the tax transaction line in the F565, but I'm not sure if that is the case or. So you go calculate tax
你嘅 AP 嘛，第一係俾錢，
俾錢啊，
俾錢係嗰時。
Okay.
Foods 佢有冇俾 requirement 啊？
Sorry, we will discuss a little bit first. Với 老师在吗？
喂，老師，你在嗎？喂，老師，即係佢一個 reporting 之後，日日 come 呢個咁樣嘅四點鐘。Son，
哎，我这边可以解释一下中文还是英文？
Do you want to report? Do you want to report to show the accumulated withholding tax, just like the listing of the withholding tax? Do you want this one?
Yes, yes, similar like the GST input tax. Because when we pay to the vendor, we hold certain percentage and the amount, right? So the amount will be accumulated in a month. So it could be maybe like in the month we pay 20 vendors. Every vendor we have a withhold some tax. And these invoices and the vendor name as well as the amount will be generated in a report. So we will base on this report and then make payment to the tax office.
Okay. 老師答
You understand?
係啊。
There's the menu
Payment automatic payment.
So we can do a no payments, but I need the withholding tax from SAP so we can do the payment.
阿 Sean 解釋咗幾多題先咧？唔係淨係要貼得 branch，要做個 report 出嚟。
係咯。Also manually also tax generation。佢 manual 做，即係加多兩行咯，一行就減低嗰個AP
將個 posting 啫，
將啲
因為佢做 report 咧，佢要 pick 得翻啲出嚟，係咯。
會抽翻晒。
用個 CA，你 reporting tax 係個 CA 啊嘛，用 CA
真啊！我要知道 withholding tax 其實係你等於 VAT，你有一個銀碼俾佢 base 去到做 calculation 咧，你份 report 唔係淨係話你幾多錢貨 withholding tax，你成條數計出嚟㗎，所以應該來來去默咯。
係咯，佢都係查，要 analysis code 喎，其實新啲嘢。
係啊，
咁佢哋 Oracle 係點做啊？唔係新嘢嚟㗎嘛呢個。阿 Sona，how do you
Oracle. In Oracle, we use a virtual bank account to to transact the withholding tax, then you will park in the one GL account code. So then we can generate the details from the AP.
That means in Oracle, you prepared the withholding tax in a specific GL account code. And this GL account code, you will use it as a general ledger listing and then provide the listing for you to prepare the payment to your government. Is it this just like this?
Yes, so because when we make the payment, instead of using bank, we use a virtual payment account. So we can generate all the details by this virtual bank account.
If so, that a specific GL code for the withholding tax, is it any requirement for the tax code?
No, just a balance sheet account code will do. Yeah,
If so,
which means this account code will be zero when the payment is made in the next month. For example, like in October, we hold 1,000 of the vendor payment. Then in early November, usually like for example, some country, every 5th of the month, we need to pay the last month withholding tax. So we will based on the report, like 1,000, and with the breakdown, and submit to the tax office for payment.
can we say this is just for the accounting entry? That means when you prepare the payment, the 邊個支付嘅 payment？
Yeah. For example, if we prepare a payment for vendor A, then it's a invoice number and the amount. And then payment B for this vendor, then there's a invoice number for vendor B and the amount. So this withholding tax information will be accumulated in one report. You get me? So in this report will show vendor.
Can you say can we think about that whether the T code F-04 this T code to prepare the payment, the clearance payment, and then you the line one is matching the AP invoice, and the line two is talking about the payment to the supplier, and then line three is talking about for the withholding tax with the GL account code. Then afterwards, this transaction post to SAP and another reporting just extract the specific GL account code for the withholding tax, and then same as your Oracle pattern to produce reporting by the account code. Is it?
Yes.
Okay?
You're right. I think the information is just quite simple. We only need the vendor name and then the vendor tax number and the withholding tax amount and the percentage.
You mean in the GL account code for the withholding tax, you are required to show vendor name, to show
Actually, I have one of the withholding tax report layout that can share with you to discuss. I posted to the phase 3 training function. Can you take a look? 你開唔開到啊？嗰個分聲咧。
This withholding tax is similar to Thailand, Vietnam, the Pakistan, maybe Indonesia, and also in most of their vendor will have a withholding tax.
This is actually this is the sample from Cambodia, and what I mean is from this kind of withholding tax report. Actually, I think not just extract from one side, which is the withholding tax account, you also need to derive the amount before tax withholding, etc. Is it also the requirement your side?
Yes, same. Which means you need to show the invoice amount, the withholding tax amount, and also the invoice number and the vendor name.
Yes, if this is the case, based on what you mentioned in Oracle, if just keep one chart of account to generate this report, how can you derive the amount before tax? You calculate through the
Currently, Oracle has a lot of manual work to be done. So that is not, I mean, suggest this way. So I'm thinking whether in SAP we can just generate report payment request instead of using the Oracle method.
Hey, sorry, Sean, can you say that again?
Yeah, because Oracle is not able to generate this kind of report that you show in the screen. This report is quite interesting. Yeah, with the invoice numbers and amount as well as the withholding tax amount. Yeah, this report is what we want, but it's not available in Oracle at this moment. And we are using some manual, working to combine a few report to work out the withholding tax report.
Okay, so you accept to generate this report manually through some manual calculation, right?
Yes, yes. So that we can match back to the
I see. So, based on Wei Lao Shi, his suggestion, you manually post the journal and then manually prepare this kind of withholding tax report. Is it okay?
I'm not familiar with SAP, so I'm not sure if we have to do it manually, how to do it, from where we can, generate.
Oh, okay, because this report just from my own accounting software, which is for Cambodia. But for SAP, which country will hit this requirement?
I think Pakistan and Sri Lanka, both. I believe Thailand and
Yeah,
Vietnam.
Pakistan have this type of issue because if we have to do this manual working, we will not be able to show in the books. So we have to show in the books, and there should be a GL for the withholding tax. And in the end of the month, we need to pay that withholding tax to the authority. If we don't show in the GL, then there will be a question from the tax authority body or from the auditor that why you are not showing or why you are not withholding the tax amount. So there should be a question mark, and it won't be it will be a question mark for us. So there should be a GL for withholding tax, and during the payment, what we are doing in the Sun system, we are maintaining the withholding tax GL, where we record all the payable amount and pay the remaining amount to the vendor. So yeah, in Pakistan we need to have this type of withholding tax portion because we have two type of withholding: income tax withholding and sale tax withholding.
Yes, and also similar to the GST or VAT input tax. We need the similar
Sale, yeah, for the input tax, that is related to the invoice to the customer, what we are charging to the customer. We are right now talking about the payment to vendor, and that amount which we are payment to vendor, we need to withhold the income tax of the vendor invoice, and it has to be on the JV what we are creating. For example, there is a payable amount to the vendor, and there is a tax deduction, and in the end, there is a remaining amount which should be credited from the bank side.
Prakash, just correct me if I'm wrong. Beside withholding tax, you also need to prepare GST input tax detail, as like this format.
GST is a separate thing because GST is related to the revenue what we are charging to customer. But what I'm
Both
talking about, yeah, for the invoicing side, that is a fixed 13% we need to apply. Okay.
have a input tax. I'm talking about input tax.
What about the input tax you're talking? Yeah. We need to record. Yeah, you are right. We need to record that. We need to record that input tax too. What we are having it means there will be a, for example, there is a 1000 rupee, 1000 of invoice, and there is a 113 GST, and total invoice amount is 1130. Then we need to record the 1000 expense, and 130 will be the input tax. Okay, the 130
Yes,
will
I
be,
agree.
which will be, yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Is your price-
after that, the 1130, at the amount of 1130, we will be withholding the income tax withholding, and the amount of 130, we will be withholding this, we will be doing the sell tax withholding. So there will be three things. One is for the input tax with the 30%, which will be claimed during the sell tax return. Second one is the income tax withholding, which will be applied on the amount including sell tax, and third one will be the sell tax withholding, the amount sell tax the vendor charged to us. So there will be three things. It means that first one, the debit will be the expense, and the credit will be the sell tax, input tax claimable debit, and the third and fourth thing is the payable amount to the authority, which we are withholding in the terms of income tax withholding and the sell tax withholding. And in the end, there will be a last thing, which will be remaining amount that will be credited from the bank, which will be paid to the vendor. So there will be a steps of the entry. What we if we make the payment to the vendor, what we are doing in the Sun right now, there is a manual, entry level. So we have multiple options to collect the GL, and doing the debit and credit. So as per our format, as per our requirement. So we need to have these all GLs in order to segregate all the things, because in the end of the month, so we can stress that how much amount we need to claim and how much amount we need to pay. Because for the sell tax there is a separate body, for the income tax there is a separate body. So these two are the separate lines.
May I know, all these can it be shown in one report, or it has to be separate report? Like for one invoice, can we show like input tax and also withholding tax in one report, or you need a separate report?
You are asking me for showing this all.
For example, for this example in this stream, the payment
Okay.
to this and then with the amount of 1 million. Okay, so do you need to show the input tax here as well as the withholding tax
Here
amount here?
it 250. What is the total invoice amount? Is it the 152?
250 USD. Then convert to the local currency is 1,018,000.
1
So do
million
you need to show?
18,000. 1,018,000 is the invoice amount, and
Yes.
what is the sell tax amount? Is it 37? Sorry, it's not.
Excuse me.
Let me tell you on the chat that how what I'm telling you, that invoice amount. I'm typing on the chat so you can understand very easily. Let me do it on Excel.
So we will try to stop the AP section here, and then Cecily will try to explain to you about the UAT script farm. Please wait a minute. She will share her screen. So,
係啊，
呢個係條電線，佢嗰個
我就係
你要吉個線。
可以 share，我攞 show 咗啦。你跟住 share，
開嗰個片你都可以 share screen。
我 share screen。 Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Introduce to you for the Unity script file. Okay. These two files has been uploaded in your sharing in the sharing folder, and SAP training for phase B. Okay. The folder is called UAT test script. You double click and then you can find two files. The first file is sample. Sample. This is a sample for you. And then this one is your request to download for the okay. Let me open for you this way. Download access. Download this one. But then okay. Okay, let me introduce to you. This script file, there are several pages, okay? Then, eventually, each page, this is just like the exercise, the review for the topic we have demonstrate to you. For example, GL001, this page, just only for the T code, FSP0, and then some of the T code I have already demonstrated to you during my GL training, and you are required to follow this script. For example, the yellow color, you may use the T code FSP0 and then to try to displace the GL account code, and also in the column I. You may fill in some of the information here and then to tell us which GL account code and which child account name, and then you are going to display. And then also you're required to fill in whether you use this T code and then to follow the exercise. Is it okay? If you can able to do, then please type the pass. Or in case you cannot do this, then you can fill in fail. If you fill in fail, please remember to key in the reason for the fail or you down the screen. What the error message you so that bring you cannot to do the text the revision here. Okay, then for example, another page is G. Okay, let me go back to this one. For some row, just only the without any highlight. This is meaning for this in your production environment. You may not necessary to do just like the creation of candle or the some of the creation delete of the child account, and then some of the function is blocked and unblock the account code. So for the uh, for the row without any highlight, then you can skip it because in the production you may not necessary to do. So, but for the highlight in yellow color, you are required to follow the T code and then to prepare with related information in the column I, and then to let us know whether pass or fail in the column O. Okay, this is what the script you are required to complete, and also each page you can go to the header. You can see the function on each page. Just only, for example, here the scenario one is for your how to input the voucher for the T code F-65. Okay, this function, this T code just already demonstrated to you when I for the training in GL, and also some of the function key, for example, FBV0 and also FB0 for post part document. Okay, just you can follow the video and then to do the exercise. Right, okay, and also another page, same as the previous page. You go to this column and then you may refer what kind of the exercise you are required to key in under this page. And also there are some requirement. There are some requirement for GL. You are required to submit your result on or before 25. Okay, and for the AA and AP, today KK demonstrate to you for the AP. You are required to complete the strict exercise on or before December 16. Okay. If you have any problem during the prepare this exercise for GL topic, you can send an email to Children Stephen Liu. Regarding for the AA, if you have any problem during the exercise, you can send it to Zhang Yi, Luna Zhang. And also regarding for the AP, if you have any problem, you may send it to Look Ji Qi. Okay. And also in the next week you have the training for another application CDP and CIM SAP. There is also have the script here. You also request to prepare the exercise here, and if you have any inquiry during the exercise, you also contact the person here. CDP is Qiu Jiguang, and CIM and SAP is Liu Xiu Hao. And also please refer to the requirement of the submission the deadline show on the COMJ. And then you're required to submit this file at least one country to submit one file. Then you may schedule or you may organize which person to in charge GL and which one to prepare AA and which one prepare AL and something like that. So you are requested to submit this file before the deadline. And then if you're not sure how to do, you can go to the sharing folder to refer the sample. This is sample for last time we submitted for Malaysia country. Okay. During when you do the exercise, you can go to your company station, company code to prepare the exercise. But for US and NL, because US and NL do not have the company code, so for US colleague and NL or Netherlands, you may use Australian company code, and Netherlands may use Germany company code to prepare the exercise.
Hello.
You see,
Missed one country, Korea. Korea also have also have no company code. So they can use Singapore or Malaysia company code to do the practice, to the exercise community script.
Oh, okay.
Korea. You can use other countries.
Oh, okay. For Korea, please use Malaysia company code to prepare the exercise. So, is it clear for how to work this strict exercise file? Is it clear? You will download the files by yourself. For Korea is 这个可是我顺
用新加坡 SP 唔係一個。
Yeah. Okay. Korea, please use Singapore SP51. SP51. Any problem, any inquiry regarding this strict file or any unclear, you may download it by yourself under this folder. And also, I may let you know that this week you have the CIAM's training. Then you can go to this folder. There's two user menu. You can download it before training. AR user guideline and then the CIAM menu. Problem regarding the UAT test script file. If no, then we may assume you understand how to work the text script file, and then please make sure each country will complete each file and submit to us before the deadline. Hi everybody, is there any question? Enterprise 用唔到
Provision.
用唔到乜嘢？
Now, why how AO system?
What's your ID?
住啊，Windows 佢哋啊，
We can check for you.
某個 function 用
呢個我用唔到咩？
ICO bank detail.
用唔到啊？Can you change? Let me review your setting. 係咪要全文啊？好啦，要轉。Okay, let me check.呢個係呢個咁點解咧？你哋覺得呢啲都係1、2、3個晒噶嘛，好威噶嘛。
碌銷噶嘛，係咯係咯。貼一貼個 trainer 嗰啲先。
Recording stopped.
回翻到即係 keep screen 嗰個有 information to
佢間公司啦，跟住可能就係、
我就跟住講話大家都幫我 check。我 get 到俾我睇下點運。
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, I'd like to know for this script for AR related. You mentioned we need to do the part AR documents and the incoming payment by using the SAP FB0 and F-04. But in the training, supposed to use the OCCP. So it's different requirements.
Let me go to the AR page. Okay, the AR page in the top. This is talking about for the scenario one internal customer master data. If you don't have the collection for the internal customer, you can leave it blank. Okay. For the CTP system transmit consolidated internal customer displays. Okay. For the customer displays, the function key, the T code, you can use it in SAP and then to do the exercise for display the customer list. So the row 5 requires to do the exercise. Display accounting document.
What I'm trying to say is yesterday we have an AR training, right? So the training was about the OCCP. We did not go through the internal customer collection in SAP. I think.
For here, the scenario, the function key is OB03. I think this is just like the GL account code or today KK demonstrate to you this account code, but now for this page, you just require to use this T code and then to display the customer list or displays you key in, you refer to column I, and then you type the related information, the document list, and then the input, which company, and then input to follow the requirement, and then try whether you can able to display the accounting document. I think just like the display function. This is not related to any specific AR function.
Because I'm referring to yesterday training for AR. We only went through the OCCP system, and I'm afraid the user do not know how to use SAP to transact the AR because we did not cover yesterday.
Do you mean that the test script require you to prepare the manual internal AR document? Then yesterday you did not cover this function, so it's
Yeah.
has to
Yesterday we only cover external customer. So because your deadline for this is 25th, right? So this one will cover in next week, is it?
No,
Internal customer.
no, this is customer. You can refer to the row 7. Manually internal
Yes,
AR document, yeah. About internal AR customer code. In SAP, you can find the internal customer code. Yesterday, this is external customer. So this require you to select the internal customer code and then to prepare some of the some of the, for example, traveling or some of the non-business transaction, non-business, non-revenue account code, and then to complete this exercise. Because the T code F-65, this is just the journal entry. And but for the account code, you may select the internal customer account code in SAP. So this is different from the yesterday. Yesterday, CIEM is talking about external customer account code. But now this test script is requiring you to select the internal customer account code. You may try to follow and then prepare the AR part document here.
Okay, I understand. So for this AR script is referring to the GL training, not yesterday one, because the user may
Yeah,
the
you
user
can
may
say
not.
you can say like that. You can say like that. The T code is the same as the GL module, but some of the requirement you may refer to the column B. Material account code, I did not demonstrate to you to select the internal customer, but the requirement for the AR, this is requires you to select the internal customer and then to use the GLT code and then to prepare the accounting entry. And after you have prepared the accounting entry, the FBV0, this is exactly same as the GL account code. You use this account code to prepare the post document. So the T code is the same as the GL account code, but some of the criteria, some of the requirements, they are talking about internal customer. That's why they fill in AR field. This is not same as yesterday talking about external customer in CIEM. I think the CIEM will be, this page will be here. Here, then the next week, we'll cover for the CIEM topic, and then you follow what the requirement, and then to prepare this page. I think this is a little bit different. Even though this is talking about AR, but this is not same as your mentioned CIEM.
I think Sean referred to CTP for internal customer. There are two internal AI. So one is from CTP, one is menu, like the first day training facility.
And actually, another station, do you understand what's the requirement regarding for this strict test file? Is Mohem here? Hello, Mohem. Is Mohem here?
Yeah, because here.
Mohem, do you understand requirement for this test script file?
Yeah, I've got the idea that we need to apply all the stuff what we have learned last 2 days. So it's a step by step regarding the GL and the AP we have learned today. But the last day topic, I need to understand that topic because that was a quite confusing that time. So I need to repeat that video, and if I will be having some queries, so I will ask you.
Oh, yes.
For the GL, for the GL side and the AP side, most of the things are cleared. I need to repeat this again. But the last lecture, the yesterday's lecture, there was a confusion in that, but I need to repeat that again so I can get the point clearly.
Okay. That's right. You understand GL and then the AP. And talk about AR. For AR, you will try to follow the requirement on this page, and then to use the similar concept in GL, and then you can able to prepare this AR this two sheet. And for the last two CTP and the CIEM, eventually, the topic will be in next week. So This two page, you may after the two lesson for to cover CTP and then CIEM, then you can able to complete it. So that's
What
why
about the AR? I think so. We haven't covered yet, right? We have covered the AP side.
for you can also configure I demonstrate to you, or you can review the video and then help you to complete the AP this two page.
What about
Okay.
the AR? AR was AR. We need to have the clarification about the AR, right? The AR session, today's session was about AP. Yesterday's session, what about the external invoices, invoices to the customers, right? And yeah, these two sheets, AR.
And this two sheet, I think this is a not exactly same as yesterday talking about CIAM. This two sheet is talking about how to use the how to prepare the how to display the accounting document by use the T code FB03, and also how to use the T code F-65 to use the to select the internal customer to prepare the accounting entry, and then how to post this say AR document by using the T code FBV0 and post to SAP. Because this is an AR entries, that's why we put in AR page. And actually, the T code, this is exactly same as GL, and then some of the T codes you can see KT demonstrate to you today. So, but just for the component, that is the account of the requirement. There's a little bit different, but for the processing, I think they are the same. GL, this is require you to select the admin expenses for salary for some labor wages, but for the AR, also the same F-65. But for the requirement, you may select the internal customer. So the T code, but the element, the component, they are a little bit different. So that's why this classified in different module.
Okay, okay. So GL is only related to the JV, what we are recording, the general vouchers, and AP
Yes.
and AR is related to the payment and receiving. Okay.
Yes, right. And then you may refer to the requirement in column B. That's why you can refer to the UAT list. There's a different days of deadline, different days of deadline. Okay, for GL, this is requires to submit on or before 35 for this month, and then for AA and AP, you're required to submit on or before December of 60. Okay, and then you can refer to the column J. And also, if during the exercise, if you have any problem, please refer to the column H. This is SFIT consultant. You can send an email to them regarding the topic when you're doing the exercise. And also,
Okay.
you may schedule divided into different person to prepare this exercise. Was one to prepare TL, and then another one to prepare AR, and then another one to prepare AP. Okay, this is what our suggestion.
Okay, what if we have the questions regarding the finance related, because these all are personal the IT support. So if we have the question regarding, as you can see that we have a question regarding the withholding tax. And in the AR side, we will be having the income tax withholding from the customer side. So there might be a question regarding that. Because for example, if the 1,000 rupees of invoice and customer withheld the amount 100 rupees, so is there an option, or we need to we need to calculate this on the manually basis, because as we have as I think so the KK Chen mentioned in the AP side. So if we have this type of questions regarding withholding and taxes related issues, so should we ask them, the IT support consultants, or should we ask you, or any finance guy?
And I
Yeah.
this support consultant, you may reach them regarding for this text script file. But for
Okay.
your requirement regarding for a tax withholding tax report, you may send an email to us. Send an email to us first, and then let's to further communicate with Sunfeng IT.
Okay, got it.
You can see the consultant support email address here. This is related to this text script file. For your requirement, please send it to us first. We may further discuss to Sunfeng IT. Do you understand?
Okay, and to Cecilia, right? Cecilia and another person, Rebecca, right?
Okay, yes. Okay.
Cecilia and Rebecca, I need to send them email regarding the financial related issues. Thanks.
Yeah, okay. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Hi, just allow me to change. I think there are some confusion to the user because internal customer there are two types. I think there are confusion on this, especially like Indonesia side. That we need to clarify that internal customer you have a two type. One is a joint freight sharing.
Internal customer
Okay.
means the related parties we are talking about.
Yes, it means the related party.
Yeah. Okay.
Two types. One is joint freight sharing, which means you get the service of the freight service. Joint freight will come from city. Okay.
Sorry, I
It
can't
will
hear
come
you
from city.
properly. Sorry. There is a distortion. Can you please repeat
Okay.
that?
Is my voice clear?
There is a distortion.
Confusion.
Hello, can you hear
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. It's a bit fine.
Sure. Self on separate meeting or over email. Let's ask another station whether they can understand what the requirement of this test script file. How about simulator team? Hello, Winner team. Hi, Winner team. Mr. T. Mr. T, are you still here? Mr. T, Tian, are you with that team? Alright, that's great. Hey, actually, do you understand what our requirement regarding for this test script file? Because after the training, we ensure you are able to understand during our training regarding for the SAP topic. So we request to each country to submit each file to us, and this file you can download it in your sharing in the sharing folder, and also there's some requirement. There's some deadline you're required to follow. And in each page of the GL and then GLAP, the T code already mentioned in the column E. And some of the highlighted column, you can follow the requirement and then to complete the related information in column I. But some of the, for example, the GL, some of the row without any highlight, you can skip it because in production, this is not handled by local station. So you can see the highlight. This is required to complete. And for the another page, you may also refer to the T code column E and then to follow the requirement in column B. Okay, to prepare to do the exercise. And then you let us know whether you understand during the training, then you may complete in column O. Okay, that means that during the exercise, when you do the exercise, if you're able to do that, then you may type the pass. Or in case you have unable to do, then you may type fail. But please remark what kind of error, or you can demonstrate here why you type the answer is fail. So this is what our requirement regarding this text script file. And also some of the file, some of the page, for example, AP, okay, just you follow the video and then KK already demonstrate to you during today training. And the last two pages, CTP and CIAM, you may refer the next week lessons. But after the next week lesson, then you can follow the requirement and then to do it. So this is what our test script requirement. And also, you can refer to UAT list. Here the column, this is the IT support consultant. When you prepare the GL, if you have the problem, you can type this email address and then to contact IT support consultant. For A and AP, okay, you can reach to Luna and then the group, okay, and then AR, CTV and then CIF, you can refer these two IT consultant, and also please ensure to for the deadline of the submission, you can separate into different colleagues and then together to complete this test script file. Do you understand what our requirement? That's great. That's great. Then you can you go to the sharing folder to download it? This is sharing folder, UAT test script. You can download it. And in case you don't understand how to do the file, you can download this example. This example, we have done it before. Okay. Okay, that's great. Then let's check with another station. Huh?
我有一位同事我 Teams 咗
Okay.
Cecily, can I supplement on this? I think there's some confusion to the local carry user. Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, can you repeat your inquiry?
No, can I do some supplement here because there are some confusion by some of the local carry staff when they transact the UAT.
Please.
Is my voice clear or not? Is my voice clear or not? Yeah, can I supplement some of the my suggestion here?
Yeah, you can use
yeah,
a new sheet
yeah.
and then to key in any supplement suggestion.
No, what I mean, I want to supplement some of the things here because there's some confusion by the local staff.
Means
Because
he want to explain further.
yes, I want to explain further. Yes, sorry. Okay, what Wakash confused is about the AR. Because the AR Wakash it was not covered in the previous days. Okay, what Cecily trying to say, this AR some of the T code is similar to the GLT code, so it was not covered especially for AR purpose. You can use back the same topic covered in GL for the same T code to do your UAT test for AR. Okay. However, there are some T code in AR was not covered in GL. You can try yourself. If you face any problem by using T code, then please raise your query to the team. Hope you understand.
Kitchen, this AR topic will
answer
be
your.
in the coming days will be
It was
there
not
this
covered.
AR topic.
No, not going to cover, not covered.
Okay.
Because this AR is mainly for internal customer only. Internal customer means any of the transaction other than joint freight sharing. For example, you want to sell your asset to your related party, or you want to recharge your labor cost to related party. This type of transaction will not cover in CTP or the OCCP. You have to use the AR in SAP to do the transaction. This is what about the internal customer transaction in this AR script.
It is same like AP, a kind of, you can say.
Different because AP is you're paying
Yeah,
them.
payable side
AR is you want to
options could be the same because the process could be the same.
yes,
If you receive or payment
you want
side, so
bill.
could be.
Yeah, you want bill
Okay,
to you
so
want
so
bill
for
to them.
for the external customer, you are talking about this internal customer, we will be using this AR, but
Yes.
for the external customers, we will be using this CTP process, right?
No.
We will be generating
External customer, you have to use OCCP.
OCCP.
Yeah.
Okay.
CTP is for the internal customer joint freight sharing. Joint freight means the freight charge. Only the freight
Freight
charge.
freight chart and
Yeah.
AR is related for the receipt once we will be receiving the remittance, right?
No. Yes. The remittance for this freight charge, as well as the billing to the related party for the fixed asset and also the like labor cost recharge. Some of the billing you want to do it manually to the related party. Then you have to transact in the AR.
Okay. So it will be.
So
So will it be? I think so. The CTP, I think so, is remaining, right? Because last time, yesterday lecture was about O bills and CIA.
yes, CTP is for joint freight charge only. As I mentioned, internal customer means a related party freight charge only. That's all. Okay. For CIAM and OCCP are for external customers. So don't confuse. One is external customer, one is internal customer.
Good.
Yeah, I think not only you, but because Indonesia side also April, I think also have a lot of doubt and confusion on this area. So what I try to supplement here is the AR in this script was not covered, okay? But some of the T code is similar to the GL, which cover on the first day. You can refer back, like for example, F-65, FBV0. These are the T code that used in GL covered in the first day, on the first day. Okay, you can refer back.
No.
However, there are some T code in AR script was not covered in GL. But then you have to do it, try yourself, see if it works for you. If any question
Okay.
on this T code, then you can check with the consultant.
Okay, no, so I will revise all the previous lectures and see all the file, go through it, and ask you if I will be having any questions.
Yeah. So I think I hope my this supplement also answer April question in the chat room. April from Indonesia, right? Okay. I think she replied she understand now. Okay, Cecilia, over to you. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. And then, hi, Netherlands team. Hi, Netherlands team. Hi. Are you still in the meeting?
This colleague? Yes, hi. Do you understand why we're regarding for this test script file? Can you see my sharing screen? This is Excel file. Okay. Do you understand? Do you understand? We are requested the user to ensure after the training to ensure able to do the some different model by using different T code. So we are request the user to submit this text script file to us. Okay. Yeah, okay. Then for this page, user listing, there's a GL type and then AAP and then AR. Okay. Your request is to complete this different model and submit the result on or before the deadline mentioned in column J. And also during the exercise, if you have a problem, then you can send an email to IT support consultant. Okay, is it clear for you? I think most of colleagues are leave the meeting right now. So I may send an email to them and then ask them regarding for this issue. And so then let's stop here today. Okay, then thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.